up? We are live here on a very chilly Saturday afternoon. For Eric and I in the Philadelphia area, for our guest in the Niagara County, New York region of these United States.
Is it snowing up there, Sean?
What's up?
Is it supposed to snow up there for you guys too?
It's been like snow flurrying the last couple of days, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, we're supposed to get a snowstorm.
It's mainly down south, like southern tier.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's more like over by where the Bills are playing, right?
Yeah, like Orchard Park. It's crazy because it's like a 10-mile difference between Orchard Park and the city of Buffalo. And Orchard Park got hit with like 2 feet, and the city got hit with nothing.
Yeah, I know. That's what my dad was telling me.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
he was telling me one time with that snowstorm a couple months ago, or a month ago.
Yeah, because it was like Orchard Park got hit. They got hit with like 3 or 4 feet of snow. So you're driving through that, and all of a sudden you get to Buffalo and
nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that weekend where they played the 49ers.
Yeah, which by the way helped the Bills out pretty well.
Yes,
enough, right? That was crazy. That was a great game.
Yeah,
and then they almost lose to New England.
Yeah, that we'll try not to talk about that. That's for Eric's sports show.
You got to talk about the Bandits.
Yeah,
the only team that matters.
Yeah, they're actually probably the most disrespected team because nobody ever brings them up.
Right. Yeah, they're selling out their arena, winning championships. Only team in Buffalo that can win a national title.
Yeah. Because lacrosse is so disrespected that nobody really talks about them. Do you go to Bandits games all the time, Sean?
Yeah, I'm actually going to one in February. I'd rather go, like, the atmosphere there is just so much different. Like, I don't like going to Bills games because I'd rather listen to the commentary and know what's going on and not freeze. But Bandit games, like, they play music during out. Like, there's a guy on, like, a microphone trying to hype up the crowd every, like, minute.
Yeah.
And they
Is it indoor lacrosse or outdoor?
It's indoor box lacrosse. So, like, the goalies have all the gear on. It's crazy. I highly recommend going to one. Go to a Philadelphia game.
Yeah, Philadelphia had Wings. I don't know if that's the same league.
The Rochester Wings.
Okay.
The Nighthawks or whatever. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Last time I was at a Bandits, I've gone to like 2 Bandits games, I think, in my time, and the last one I went to was like 30 years ago.
Damn.
Wow.
Even back then, they were still like selling out the arena, and it was.
Oh no, they were. It was like I think it was a last minute. It was a last minute thing. Mm-hmm. They're like, "Hey, do you want to go to a Bandits game?" I'm like, "All right."
I highly recommend it. Like, if you're ever going to like your first one, go to a Bandit game because they're so much different. Because a lot of arenas are like in smaller capacity, like 15,000 seat, maybe 10, like small AHL arenas. Bandits sell out 19,000. The whole HSBC arena gets sold out. Sabres can't sell 5,000 tickets. There's this other team that pays their top player $30,000 a year, selling out arenas.
So they play in the where the Buffalo Sabres play, right?
Yeah, because they're owned by the same guy.
Okay.
Pagula
owns the arena, owns that like lacrosse team, I guess.
Oh wow.
Did you hear about, and we'll get to our subject in a second here. Did you hear about Terry Pagula flying out to Montreal a couple weeks ago to have a meeting with the team about their 11-game losing streak and their 10-game losing streak, and then they lose another game?
Yep, and he's like, "Oh, you don't have to worry. Like the solution is within the room." And I'm like, "No, the hell it ain't." For one, I don't even want to get in. I can talk about this for an hour. What's wrong with them? So I won't. But
we'll save that for.
Save that for a rainy day.
Yeah.
We can always talk about sports, so we can talk sports.
Yeah.
I would love that. I'll go off on everything about the Sabres and how
That'll definitely help get our viewers. That'll definitely help get. Eric doesn't have to worry about his sports show. His sports show gets like how many subscribers do you have on your sports show channel, Eric?
39 right now.
what is it called?
Unscripted sports.
Unscripted sports. You guys have so many. I don't know which ones I'm ever
I
subscribed to.
I usually put the link in the description if I remember. Of all our shows.
yeah. When we were in Kentucky, we were talking about the podcast to the bartender at the hotel bar, who I had just got done insulting his team because he was a Colts fan and they were getting beat by the Giants, and I threw a couple of cheap shots because I'm an idiot who did not realize that the guy was also making my drink. So like he's just like, you guys have a podcast? He goes, and I go, dude, we have like 20 of them. And he's like, well, which one would you like me to follow? And I'm like, all of them. And he goes, pick one. So we gave him the link to the wrestling show.
Well, you're at 40 subscribers now.
Thank you.
All right. So now that we've gotten all the small talk out of the way, this is When Tunes Combine. This is the next league battle in the Cartoon Classic. I am Dutchy. We got Money E with us. And joining us, we have Elite Diplodoc.
Elite Doc. You can do, I changed it again. But thanks.
Elite Doc. I've known him ever since he was a little boy as Sean. But
Still live in the same park too.
Yeah. Yeah, but not that. But you live you live on a different street though in the park, right?
Yeah, I live on Bayview now.
Yeah. So yeah, you're down the street from my mom, next to my buddy Rodney, I think.
A couple houses away, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so Sean is joining us, even though we are here earlier than what we usually are, because Eric has a family function to get to because his aunt and uncle are celebrating 50 years of marriage. Now, is it your mom's
mom's
sibling,
sister.
or it's your mom's sister?
Yeah.
God bless your uncle. So, but no, congratulations to them. 50 years. That's
Yep.
that's something.
I birthday too, because their birthday is next week. So it's like a big dinner. So
2 birds, 1 stone. So that way we can actually do the show on time next week. But all right, so this is the Video Game League of the Cartoon Classic. Today's I almost said combatants. Why not? I'll say it. Today's contestants are the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, Street Fighter, Donkey Kong Country, and Pokemon. These are cartoons based obviously off a video game, or it could have been also they could be based off a movie as well. Well, that was the criteria to get into the league. This was a league that Eric picked. The one league that he picked where he actually followed the criteria.
Classic video games too. So
yeah,
that's why I picked these 4.
Yeah, and I mean they were good. Like they might not have been long running shows. I mean Pokemon was, because Pokemon has like what?
I think it's still on.
It has like several different. It had like several different like spinoffs, right? Like you had Indigo League, you had
that's why
thing.
Yeah,
I was having a hard time finding it. I was like,
didn't they start naming shows after the games?
Yeah. Because I think the original show was actually Indigo.
Yeah, I think so.
Which I had a hard time finding, and then finally it's just on YouTube, so I'm like, all right, screw it.
Oh, you had a hard time finding it too? I've finally found it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Well, I forgot it was called Indigo.
On Amazon Prime, it's called Original or something.
Yeah.
That's why I texted you. I said, "Do you watch Pokemon yet?"
Yeah, and like when I found it, I'm like, I'm gonna watch it in like an hour. I think if I found the right one.
Yeah,
Uh,
so that's why. So I'm glad I'm not the only one that was confused.
don't worry, Eric. You and I are usually always confused together. Uh, mainly because one or the other causes it. Uh, but all right, so basically, so we got the 4 cartoons. There's 5 categories we're going to be judging on, which are theme song, animation quality, the characters, the storylines, and the humor and entertainment value. We go on a score of 1 to 10. Obviously, there's 3 of us judging, so the points are going to be a little higher than they were 2 weeks ago when it was just Eric and I. But so far in the Cartoon Classic, the Ninja Turtles won the Blue League by a half a point.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they beat the Simpsons by a half a point, but the Simpsons are more than likely going to move on as a wild card, I think.
Yes, they should.
Yeah.
As it should.
Biker Mice from Mars won the Other Planets League. So right now, Ninja Turtles and Biker Mice move on, or have moved on. They've won their leagues. Sonic, Saturday AM, The Simpsons, Captain Planet, and Alf the Animated Series are the wild cards right now. Now, that could change in about an hour, or however long this episode goes, based on the points.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's 3 of us judging, so I do not like Alf's chances of staying as a wild card, which I know would make Eric very happy. Because Gordon Shumway, Alf, I think owes him money. So that's basically the thing. So obviously, it would help to, like, if you have like a knowledge of the shows or whatever, which I'm not saying Eric or I do, because we have to go back and watch them. But these are 4 shows that, even though they didn't have long runs, I still thought, I thought some were better than I thought some were better than others. Like,
Yes.
one of these shows, I found one of these shows to be extremely corny. I'm not going to say which one yet.
Okay.
All right.
The other one,
I know what.
All right,
which
I already got.
one. It might be
I'm picking one.
Yeah. So, all right. So we're going to start. The category number 1 is theme song. And we're going to start with Super Mario Brothers theme song. Again, score 1 to 10. Eric, did you just raise your hand so you could go first?
No, I was doing that for excitement.
Oh, okay.
Statement.
Yeah. But all right, Sean, you're actually the guest.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna let you go first.
Oh boy.
Super Mario Brothers Super Show theme song. Score 1 to 10, and then you can talk about what you liked about it, what you don't like about it, and then give your score. So go ahead.
Well, damn, because I need to listen to it.
We can't do that, or else
No, I know.
we'll get a copyright. One of the channels already has a copyright strike against it.
You know how to get around that, right?
No,
Pause
you
pause
Huh?
it. You pause it every like 5 seconds, 6 seconds,
Oh, okay.
and then you wait a couple seconds. Then that's how like these people that do like song reaction videos. That's why they pause it so much.
Okay.
So what was it? The Super Mario one?
Super
Yeah.
Mario Brothers Super Show.
Super Mario. Well, it's Super Mario. So it had to be a banger. Give me 1 second. I'd give it a 5.
Okay.
I'll give it a 5.
All right, Eric.
I give it a 9. The intro, I was confused at first because I never watched it or haven't watched it in a long time. I thought I was watching the wrong show when it was first like not a cartoon. You know how
Right.
they do that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because they do the intro first with because they had that live action sequence and then they go
Yeah.
into the cartoon.
Yeah. I was confused at first, like, am I watching Ray's show? And then I realized, okay.
Yeah.
But I like the song.
Yeah.
It's not. It's kind of similar to the video game, so that's why I give it a 9.
Yeah. I'm giving it a 10. Because to me it was just like I like the whole like the dance routine that they kind of do, and
Yep.
I like the beat to the song, and
Yeah.
so I'm giving it a 10.
Can I change mine?
If you want, yeah.
8.5.
Oh, okay.
I just watched it. So I'm gonna do that. So
Okay.
So it's more even.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it doesn't have to, you don't have to go with what we go with.
No. I want to make sure I listen to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm never prepared. But I'm changing mine to 8.5 because, I mean, it's corny as all hell, for one. The dance is hilarious. And, I mean, they keep the same beat. So, yeah, 8.5.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, I love it. So, all right. The next cartoon, the theme song is Street Fighter. Sean, we're going back to you.
Make me go second.
All right. Eric, we're going to you.
I'll give it 7.5. This is the one I least liked, but it did have that kind of feel to the Street Fighter game.
Yeah.
So I bumped it up. I had it originally 6.5, then I watched another episode, so I bumped it to 7.5. It's the least one I like, but I didn't hate it.
So it's the one you like the least, but you still have it at 7.5.
Yeah.
Well, I know when you're going to have Pokemon ads, so.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, are you ready?
Yeah.
Just saying that I have the song in my head now.
I don't know. It's kind of just a basic 90s intro.
Yeah.
6.
Fair enough. I mean, go ahead.
I mean, it's a basic 90s intro, like all the TV shows, but at least it kind of is descriptive, I guess you can say. So, yeah, 6.
I'm giving it a 5.
Oh, wow. I thought I was going to be harsh. And I bumped it up to a 7.5.
The theme song kind of is supposed to kind of get you pumped up for the show. And I mean, yes, like it's descriptive and all that, and it tells you what you're doing. Now, I'm going to be a lot kinder to other stuff in the cartoon. Yeah. All right. I'm not going to be, because I actually did enjoy the show. I used to watch this show. Ironically, it would be on Sunday mornings before church back in the 90s. And so, you watch Street Fighter at like 8:00 in the morning, and then you get ready to go to church and, praise the Lord and all that. And hallelujah, put your hand on the Bible, and then swear to tell the whole, oh no, that's court. Never mind. But like, so I'm a huge fan of this cartoon, so I'm going to be a lot kinder. It's just the theme song is just like, okay, it's not as, again, it's descriptive, but it's like, it's supposed to kind of get you pumped up into watching the show.
Yeah. I was the same way. The other categories I'm more nice too.
Yeah. So, all right, we're going to go next. The next show is Donkey Kong Country. Sean, I'll let you go second again this time, so you can.
I already watched it. Lame as hell.
Oh.
4.
4?
4. I don't know if I watched the right one, but all the ones that we're watching, lame.
All right. Donkey Kong Country gets a 4.
Hating on the Donkey Kong.
Eric?
I'm the opposite. I give it a 9. I thought it was pretty catchy. It reminded me of the video game too. So maybe I
Ah,
watch one.
to be honest with you, it's actually like as corny as it is. It is like, it's kind of, it is a little catchy, but I'm gonna give it a 6. So I'm not gonna be as harsh about it, but
It's like
I
they're trying to hit the 13-year-old genre doing 4-year-old graphics.
yeah. So, uh
Shouldn't
yeah.
have thrown that fucking barrel.
yeah.
Maybe if we
Um,
were younger, we would think different. I mean, maybe you two would think different. I don't know.
I mean,
Nah.
again, I used to watch it. I mean, I used to watch every single one of these shows back when I was younger because that's what kids do. They watch cartoons.
Yeah.
And then, uh, then when they become teenagers, you still watch cartoons a little bit, but you get more focused on either playing video games or trying to steal a Playboy magazine out of your parents' dresser drawer or something like that.
I can gladly say I've never tried that.
Yeah. To be honest, my parents didn't read. I remember I used to hang out with friends, and they used to do that, and that's ooh. But then, like when I got older and I started buying Playboys, that's what my brother would do. He'd be like, he'd look at that, and then I would get in trouble because I would leave him out in the open. But anyway, but no, so like, but that is like what what kids do is like they watch cartoons. So I've watched every one of these shows. Maybe, and Eric, like you said, you do make a good point, and not that I'm going to give you too much credit because you'll probably do something to piss me off in about 10 minutes, but like if we were younger, I think that these would probably be a lot higher on the list.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. Because
but-
there are shows that I've even watched with my kid, and I look at my wife and be like, I understand what they're saying now, but back then, I just thought it was something they were saying.
Yeah. Well, and William's what? Is he 2 or 3?
He's 2. He's turning 3 this year.
Okay. And then Danielle just had another one, right?
Yeah, Xavier. He's 7 months.
All right. Well, he's not going to understand any
Well,
of
he'll
this
be
stuff
7
yet.
months and 2 days. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's not going to understand anything like any cartoon says yet.
No, William is more into like the movies, like Hercules and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the old Hercules that we grew up on, pretty much.
Okay.
And then he'll watch like Miss Rachel.
Okay.
That's about it.
But all right, so now the next, the last cartoon in the first category theme song is Pokemon. Sean, do you want to go first?
10 out of 10. Don't even need to listen to it. I already know it.
All right, Eric, do I need to write down the same number?
10.
10 out of 10.
Yep.
It's the greatest one.
I have the song in my head. I kept playing it back because I love the song.
My
was so
boss
great.
sings it to me.
Yeah.
Like,
So, what's funny about this theme song is we did back in our old blog talk days, back when the service worked, before we even started thinking about switching over to video format. We did a top 10 cartoon theme song countdown, and Pokemon made it to number 5, I think, right, Eric?
I think so.
And
I forgot what number 1 was. You remember what number 1 was? Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
that's a tough one.
Yeah. But like Pokemon was number 5, and it's like it's a very catchy song. I'm not as in love with it as you two guys are.
It brings my childhood back.
Yeah.
When I was rewatching Pokemon yesterday,
It's not you,
I just feel like a teenager again.
So I'm going to give it a 9.5.
Yeah, I had that when I was watching it last night. I had that teenage feel watching it. I was like, I kept singing it. I was like, I know I sound corny right now, but
Yeah. All right, so that takes care of category number 1. I'm pretty sure it looks like Pokemon basically won that category.
yeah.
I
Didn't
don't
we
think
give
I really.
didn't we give Mario 10, or did I give that?
I gave it a 10. You gave it a 9, but because but Pokemon's right now is 29.5 points, and Super Mario Brothers has 27.5. So it might be a 2-horse race. Who knows? But all right. The next category is animation quality. Sean, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know why my camera just turned off.
Okay.
It's weird. Yeah, well, I'm here. Don't worry.
All right.
I'm still here.
Okay, cool. I
I'm
mean,
just
you don't necessarily need to be on camera, but
No, I know, but I would still like to figure out what happened.
yeah. All right. Well, while you're trying to do that, animation quality, Super Mario Brothers Super Show, scale of 1 to 10.
I'd give it an 8.
Okay.
Because it wasn't like, I mean, it's basic.
Yeah.
So like you said, I gotta take into the factor what I would also think of if I was younger.
Yeah.
So younger me would be like, oh, these are just ordinary graphics that I'm already used to, and they're pretty good. So
yeah,
I'd give it a solid 8.
Eric?
I give it a solid 9. For its time in the mid 90s? Is it
Late
80s? Late 80s.
89.
For its time, I thought it was pretty good quality.
Okay. I'm also gonna give it a 9. Because to me it is like very good quality. It's like it's 80s animation quality.
Yeah.
And I still think it kind of holds up a little bit. So all right, next up, Street Fighter animation quality, scale of 1 to 10. Sean, what do you give it?
Oh. 7.
Okay. And Eric?
7.5. I thought it was okay. I thought for what, mid 90s?
Yeah, so about 96, 97.
For mid 90s, I thought it was above average.
Okay. So I'm gonna go a little above. I'm gonna give it a 9. So I'm gonna be a little generous. Because I actually like the animation quality. Well, because first of all, animation quality really doesn't bother me that. I mean, some of it does. Like Hey, Sean's back.
I don't know. It literally just switched it in the settings somehow.
Yeah.
Sitting over here thinking like, what the hell? It's plugged in. It's on.
Yeah. Well, it's always good to see your smiling face.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Mainly because honestly, I don't think I've actually seen your face. Like I've talked to you because when you've done
the last time we talked, where you were doing everything over the phones, like I had to call into the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the first time I've seen
you was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've seen you, like, face to face.
Yeah, Eric has no idea what any of my friends from the outside world.
Don't worry, like. Eric. I've seen you plenty of times. I watch a lot of your guys' show.
Yeah.
What I mean, obviously.
Yeah. But
I'm the one harassing everybody and making your shows funny.
Which is fine. We actually like that. We like it when we have the participation from the from the chat room.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, all right, that was Street Fighter. So I gave it a 9. All right, animation quality for Donkey Kong Country, Sean.
Oh. Now, if I'm going off the one that I watched, I was going to say a 4 because it looked like Nintendo graphics to me.
Right.
And
Yeah, you did.
and right now, as me, I'm like, that's awful. But even back then, I would still think it was like this could have been done graphically a little better.
Yeah. Well, they were the first cartoon to really. Hi, Mike. But Mike, if you have any opinions on any of these shows, what would you give the scale of 1 to 10, Mike? What would you give the animation quality for Super Mario Brothers or Street Fighter or Donkey Kong or Pokemon? If you're listening in the chat, if you're not already drunk, which knowing him, he probably started drinking about an hour ago. But all right, never. All right, so he can't. Alrighty then. So all right, but yeah, like Donkey Kong Country, I feel like they were one of the first cartoons to really use the computer graphics, weren't they? Or the computer animation.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So, Eric, what would you give it?
I give it a 9. Just because it's when I was watching these, I felt like these are. I mean, obviously because it's video game league, so
Yeah.
felt like watching Donkey Kong video game. Obviously.
So, I feel like this is a pattern because the numbers that you guys gave it in the theme song quality were a 4 and a 9. Then I gave it a 6 in the theme song, but I'm gonna go a little higher in the animation quality. I'm gonna say a 7 because I think the quality. I thought the animation quality was good again for the time. I know we're like we could be judging it now, but like I still like enjoy the show, and like I said, the animation quality really doesn't. I mean, unless it's like something like really, like there's some cartoons where the animation quality to me really isn't that good.
Yeah,
But
and it's obvious with that. The ones that are actually awful.
yeah. So, all right, and animation quality for
Who's this guy? Who's this?
it's Mike again.
No, this one.
Yeah, I know it's my buddy Mike. That's his.
Duke Nukem.
Yeah, it used to be.
Buddy.
Yeah, it used to be his Yahoo screen name.
Okay.
You guys like my Care Bear?
Yeah, he.
It's not what you think it is.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Pokemon animation quality scale of 1 to 10. Sean, what do you give it?
9.5.
Okay.
I don't want to say 10 because I don't want to be biased, but it was very good. Very, very good. 9.5.
All right, Eric.
10.
Okay.
Damn.
So, trust me, Eric has no problem being biased.
I just think for the time it was amazing.
Yeah.
But
So-
yeah, it wasn't like top tier.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with me. I'm not a big fan, and I know the show originated in Japan and all that, and it became big in Japan, and then obviously became big in the States because of the game and all that, the cards.
Still is.
All right.
One of the biggest ones, so.
Hi, Mike. Again. So the thing with Pokemon with me, as far as like the animation, I've never really been a fan of that anime style of animation.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
It's gonna break the heart of a buddy of mine at work, but I've never really been, I mean, I'm not saying I hate it because I don't. It's just it's not something. I think there are certain animation styles that are better.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drag this down too much, but I'm gonna give it a 7.
Fair enough. I respect that.
It's not like it's Rocket Power, you know.
Yeah.
That's like top tier level. Number 1 for me.
Yeah. Well, which by the way, when I did the crossover for Rocket Power and Hey Arnold, like
That's a good one to do.
Yeah, which by the way was suggested by like 2 or 3 different people.
Okay.
One of whom happened to be my boss at work, so I made sure to write it and do it. I had never either I haven't seen or I've never watched an episode of Rocket Power, or it had been like so long since I had seen it, so I was kind of writing it blindly. But that's when Wikipedia becomes your friend.
I could see that because now it would be hard for me to get into watching Rocket Power now.
Yeah.
But I know, like, I watched every episode when I was younger.
Yeah.
I played the games. Just good stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Exactly. All right. So the next category,
That's a good one. That's a good crossover that Duke Nukem just suggested.
Yeah, Dragon Ball and One Piece.
What about Dragon Ball and Naruto? Dragon Ball and Pokemon, where they like can, like, if Gohan goes out and finds a freaking Pikachu, he can merge his powers together.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Like, that'd be dope.
That would be kind of cool. All right, so our next category is characters. We'll start with Super Mario Brothers Super Show, and Sean, we'll start with you again because you are our guest.
Can I just go based off of what I know about them?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, you don't have to go. You don't have to go into great detail.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously Mario and Luigi, iconic.
Yeah.
But there's something about Mario always losing that princess to Bowser, and doing the same thing repetitively and not asking questions. So 6.
Okay. All right, Eric.
I'm giving it a 9 because you have the characters, obviously Mario and Luigi. I forgot the onion guy's name.
Toad.
Toad.
And by the way, it's a mushroom.
Mushroom. And then a princess. So you got all the characters from the video game.
Yeah. By the way, for this show, they were under different names. Like Bowser was known as King Koopa back then.
Yeah, didn't he look more like a crocodile too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Princess Peach was known as Princess Toadstool.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I'm giving the characters a 10 because Mario and Luigi, like, iconic characters. I thought Toad was hilarious.
I just don't think Mario can hold down a relationship.
Yeah,
that's a big one for me.
But
time.
even the princess, though, like when she gets herself in.
I did it again.
Like the thing with the princess is she, even though she got she would always find herself in trouble in the video games. Like she in the cartoon, it looks like she could always hold her own.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to Street Fighter. Welcome back, Sean. Again,
I don't know what's going on. It's really windy outside, so it's probably like just connections.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I'm still here.
Well, I'm glad. Because you being a third judge is what's really going to help drive up the points for some of these shows, so we can get some competition. So
Amen to that.
yeah.
I'll
All
join
right.
that. I'll be on all your shows if you want me to. I don't care.
Awesome.
As long as I'm not working.
Thank you.
So we'll but yeah, so I already know what league I want to do next week, but we'll get to that at the end of the show. Because I think that the one I want to do is going to be a big one, but like I said, I'll say that at the end of the show. All right, characters for Street Fighter, scale of 1 to 10. Sean, go ahead.
8.5. I never was like big into Street Fighter, but I know like it was another one of those up and coming animes type shows.
Yeah.
But it was done correctly.
Yep.
So 8.5.
Okay, Eric.
I'm getting 8.5 too. The characters are legendary, especially because of the video game. I was more into the video game than the show. I think this is the first time I actually watched the show. But I was more of a Street Fighter video game person.
Right.
I love
I
the
remember.
game.
I was awful at that game. Just like Mortal Kombat, I just could never understand the concept of like the combos.
Yeah, me too. I
Pissed me
wasn't
off.
great at it either, but I had fun playing it.
For me, I like because I think Aunt Sharon had the Street Fighter game on PC, so I would always play it on the computer. But again, I like the show too. The characters, Guile and Blanca and Chung Li, Ryu, and obviously Bison, the villain.
Yep.
I'm gonna give the characters a 9.
And it would be this game would always be in arcade when you go to an arcade. The Street Fighter would always be. Yep.
What about crossover between that and Dragon Ball? Street Fighter and Dragon Ball.
That would be interesting, and it's
They're
be the easiest
similar
one to
in
do.
shows.
Yeah,
They're very
That
similar.
was Street Fighter and Ninja
One's,
Turtles.
one's just more mythical.
Street Fighter and Ninja Turtles would probably work too.
I don't know. Street Fighters would mess up the Ninja Turtles real quick.
Yeah, we'd have to try to partner them up. All right,
Pokemon. There you go.
yeah. All right, Donkey Kong Country, the characters. Sean, go ahead.
8. Just because, Donkey Kong's Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
It's like, he's almost up there with Mario, and then, like, not as high, but, familiar with him.
right.
And he was a beast to use on Mario Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Yeah.
So, this freaking camera.
It's got to be a win.
I don't know, because my internet connection's fine.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
At least as long as like you're still like on the call with us, then
Yeah, it's only
that's all I
camera,
really care about.
So, but yeah, what did I say? 8. Just just the characters alone. What is it? Is it Diddy Kong?
Diddy Kong is his little sidekick, and then you got Cranky.
I feel like that's
Kong,
going to get canceled real quick.
Yeah. Then you had Cranky Kong, who
Cranky Kong.
Yeah.
I'm basing it off of just what I know because I don't really like the games. The games were kind of weak.
Yeah.
But obviously, what was it like the climbing one where you would throw the barrels down at you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just normal stuff for back then. So yeah, I'm sticking to 8.
All right, Eric.
Me and Sean agree again. 8. Characters are. Donkey Kong is legendary. So.
Yeah.
So for me, like watching the episodes that I watched today, Donkey Kong, they really portrayed Donkey Kong, and it's been so long since I played the games. Donkey Kong seems like an idiot.
Yeah.
Like in the show, like he's just not. The kid is more is brighter than he is.
I was about to say that too. Yeah, it seems like the
It's
sidekick is more of
it's like he's the Sheldon Cooper.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he
Even the
can be
ladies
smart.
one.
He's smart because he's strong and whatever. But then like he just lacks everything else around him.
Yeah.
Like,
He
common
doesn't have a
sense.
clue. I like the villains in the show. And I think like the one guy, the girl Candy Kong, she I think that's her name. It's either Candy or Cindy or something.
I think
Or
it's Cindy.
It's a girlfriend or whatever.
yeah, it's Donkey Kong's girlfriend. But her boss, Bluster. I mean, this guy, like, he is so in love with this girl who's his only employee at the barrel factory.
Yep.
And
It was like the '80s version of Jersey Shore.
yeah. So I'm gonna give the characters a or so Eric, you said 8 as well, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna give him an 8 as well.
Oh wow. It is the first time we all have the same number
Yeah.
in today's show.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
All right. Pokemon. Sean, go ahead.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. You got lizards that blow fire. You got Pikachu, Mewtwo, Ash.
Yeah.
Yep.
What were the twins? The evil twins.
Oh, the Team Rocket. Yeah,
Team
Jesse
Rocket.
and James.
Yes, thank you. Team Rocket. Jesse.
The cat. The small cat.
Back then, she was probably every kid's dream. The cat, like
Meow.
what is it? Meowth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now.
Just legendaries.
Yep.
Mewtwo, or with the little one.
Yeah.
Charizard, and it's just
I thought it was my favorite.
honestly, Pokemon should probably win, hands down. Just win, Pokemon.
I mean, we got to go through the rest of the stuff first before we can. I mean, it's getting close.
But yeah, 10 out of 10, legendary stuff.
Okay.
Yep.
Eric, do I even need to bother to ask?
Sean said everything I was going to say too.
Good storytelling too.
Pikachu by itself is 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but the storyline too, and never like
Well, the storyline's a different
Seemed
category.
to drift off.
Yeah. Storyline we'll get to in a second as soon as I give my number here, which is actually so I like the Pokemon, so to speak. Like I like Pikachu, and I think those are good characters. The humans just bugged me.
I can see that.
Like
Yeah.
Ash, to be honest with you, you replace the last letter in his name with an S, and that's what I think he is.
But if you think about it, even current day animes are kind of the same, where they make humans kind of dimwitty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's kind of like it has to be something with like that's just how anime is supposed to be portrayed.
Yeah, and I could see that. I mean, I'm giving it an 8. I'm not as like in love with it, I think, as you guys are.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to go around and say, "Oh, yeah, the humans all suck," so I'm giving him a 3. I'm going to be a little more, open-minded than that.
Yeah.
Right, because it's not based on the humans, so
Yeah, it's based on the Pokemon, and the
Yeah.
Pokemon, I think, like Pikachu. Like, who didn't want to stuff Pikachu when they were a little kid?
right.
Exactly.
Or a Squirtle.
As
Yeah,
I said earlier, just rewatching this Pikachu just brought back it makes you be a kid again.
Eric became
Right.
all warm and fuzzy.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I know it sounds corny, but
Yeah. So, all right. So the next category is storylines. Start with Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Sean, go ahead.
I'll give it a 7.5 because I don't really remember it, but I'm sure that it was good.
Yeah. I mean, well, this is storyline / like episodes.
Okay, yeah. Well, then yeah, 7.5.
Yeah.
I don't want to be too biased because I didn't really watch it growing up. So,
Eric?
I give it an 8. I enjoyed the episodes. I thought they were good quality, fun to watch.
So
Had me
I'm.
interest.
Go ahead.
It had my interest.
Yeah. So, like, when you have episodes like their Christmas episode where we did, and like, they were trying to save Santa Claus from King Koopa because King Koopa became Koopa Claus or something like that. And they're trying to save Santa. Or when they all got trapped into a dungeon because they were trying to pick hot chili peppers from a field. So they all got put in a dungeon. And then the queen accidentally drank a love potion and wanted Mario to marry her.
interesting.
And like just based off like those couple of episodes, and then another episode where Mario and Luigi are part of a drag race, part of a motorcycle race. I'm giving the episode or the storyline / episodes a 10. All right, moving on to Street Fighter. Sean, go ahead.
I'll give it an 8. Again, like I wasn't big into Street Fighter, but if I know anything of it, I know they kind of stuck to decent episodes, some suspense.
Yeah,
solid 8.
Cool. All right, Eric.
I give it an 8 too. I thought the storylines were solid. It kept my interest.
He's copying me, Doug.
He does that to everybody, don't?
Right, Sean.
He's been copying us.
Hey, I'm just proud of you that you haven't shut your door yet.
Well, his mom hasn't walked in the room yet.
It's not
All
dark.
right. Yeah, I know. That's the only advantage of doing this at 3:00 in the afternoon. All right. So as far as storyline / episodes for me in Street Fighter, I'm gonna say a 7 because, like, you know, when they go on these missions to try to stop Bison and like the first episode when they had to help doctors, and one of the doctors was a former girlfriend of Giles.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, that's when the Street Fighter team really formed, and you know they got Blanca
together, yeah.
join their side. I'm gonna give it a 7. So, all right, moving on to Donkey Kong Country. Sean, go ahead.
Man, 7. I just never was like interested to watch it.
Okay.
I watched a couple episodes, even younger. I was like, just wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah. Hey, Eric.
I give it an 8. I thought the storylines were solid. I thought the one where I was watching where Donkey Kong turned into a baby. that one had me laughing. So yeah, I like that one. They were trying, and the girlfriend couldn't find him, and then the sidekick was trying to hide the fact that Donkey Kong was the baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, I give it an 8.
So that episode was really good. The other episode where they're trying to retrieve the coconut from the pirate lizard, and and then like when they had it and they were trying to give it back to Cranky, and Cranky's trying to tell them to go away, but Donkey Kong was just oblivious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna agree with Sean, and I'm gonna say 7. So all right. Next up is Pokemon. I think we already know where we're headed here, but all right. Sean said 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know what? No. 9.5 because when Ash, what they did to that man was hurtful. Broke my heart.
Hey, Eric.
10 out of 10.
Okay.
Copycat. Just
You
All
give
right.
it a 9.5.
no,
So-
you can't do that and leave it at 10. One of us has to be generous.
All right. So are you sticking with 9.5 or are you sticking
Yeah,
with...
no, yeah, I'm sticking to 9.5.
Okay.
I'm going 10. Yep.
Still pretty hurt, you know.
So for me, it's just like the storylines, and again, like I was into the show obviously when I was a teenager because that's when it first came out, and it's like, all right, it's a cool show. Watch it and like trying to kind of get yourself back into that mindset. It's like, all right, well, you enjoyed it when you were a kid, but you know it might change a few things now. But even back then, it's just like some
You
of
had
the
to be there from the start. You had to watch it from like the start.
Yeah.
If you came in like episodes later, you had no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Like the episode where he had to take Pikachu to the Pokemon Center after Pikachu had that the battle with Sparrow, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
It was like losing his power or something, wasn't it?
yeah. And then the girl drove them in on her motorcycle, and the nurse goes, "You do know we have a driveway, right?" Like I found that to be funny. I'm gonna give it a 9. Just because of like, you know, like that particular episode I thought was really good. And then like the third episode where they did the battle against Team Rocket and the one caterpillar type Pokemon or Caterpie or whatever they call it.
Caterpie.
Yep.
Yeah. Beat, you know, Team Rocket's 2 Pokemon.
Can't really look at that animal being older now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really look at it the same. I'm not going to say why. But, you know.
Yeah, this is technically a family show, but
Yeah, okay. I've been a part of a couple of your shows in the chat, at least I know. Family.
well, no, the wrestling show's not a family show, but the cartoon one I try to keep a family show.
Oh, okay. Well, duly noted.
Yeah.
I will keep
No,
it.
the wrestling show is not a family show.
No, that one is not.
Yeah, no. But
That's
the
what-
cartoon
that's what
one I
they
try
thought.
to the cartoon one I try to keep because we're talking about cartoons and like if kids do happen to listen to this,
Fair enough.
know, their
Fair
parents aren't paying attention, then
I gotcha.
yeah, then I do try to keep it as a family show. But the other shows like
Sports one's not kids. I mean, sometimes it could be, but
Trust
Yeah.
me, if you want me on your sports one and we talk about the Sabres, it won't be family friendly.
that's fine.
I want to
Yeah.
be able to contain it.
yeah. All right,
I'm
so
not for anything.
the last category is humor and entertainment value. This could really, you know, set apart who's going to win. But we're going to start with Super Mario Brothers Super Show. And Sean, we're going to start with you. Humor and entertainment value on a scale of 1 to 10.
I'll give it a 9. I mean, because for the time it was funny, it was corny. But even the games had that little joke and just well thought out, I guess.
Yeah.
Did it to me again. I'm gone.
All right. Eric?
I'm giving it a 10. I thought it was funny. I thought, so, especially in the beginning when they do all that skit, and then
Yeah.
because I do count that as a part of the show, so I thought
Yeah.
that was funny.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So I'm also going to give it a 10 because I've always been entertained by that show. So
It's like you said, the dance alone in the beginning,
yeah,
right when they're walking out, is kind of. I laughed.
yeah,
It makes you want to watch the show.
Yeah. Draws you right in.
yeah, exactly. All right, humor and entertainment value for Street Fighter, Sean.
I'll give it a 7. I feel like it was kind of more of a serious show
Yeah,
in a sense, but had the aspects of like 1 or 2 little punchlines here and there, depending on the character, or you have a goofy character because every show back then had one of those old goofy crazy guys. So yeah, 7.
Eric?
8.5. As Sean said, it's more of a serious cartoon show, and it has some humor.
Did you said 8.5?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure, just so I give it the right score.
Yep.
I'm gonna go 6 because, like you guys said, it's more of a serious show, so I didn't really find myself laughing at it.
You're probably more at awe.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, Donkey Kong Country. Sean, go ahead.
I'll give it an 8. It was pretty. It was funny at times.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just hating on Donkey Kong because I didn't really care for it.
Yeah.
Even back then, so just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
I'm gone again.
9. I did find it funny, especially the sidekick in Donkey Kong being an idiot sometimes.
Yeah. Eric, you said 9?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna give it an 8 as well. Because it was entertaining. Like, who doesn't get entertained by an old cranky monkey?
That is true.
Yeah. Oh, imagine a lot of parents having to explain that line to their kids.
Well, they didn't have to, but now they might have to.
Yeah. All right. So humor and entertainment value for Pokemon, Sean.
8.5. Because it was another like kind of serious show with those side corny jokes here and there, but it was very entertaining.
Yeah.
Because it was action packed.
Yes.
I'm gone again. But yeah, so I'm sticking to that.
Okay. Eric?
I'm giving it a 10. I just found myself I can find myself binge watching a couple episodes.
Yep.
So as far as humor and entertainment value goes for me, I didn't it's like Sean said, it's more of a serious show. And to me it was entertaining sometimes, but sometimes it wasn't. So I'm gonna give it a 7 as far as humor and entertainment value goes.
I think
Fair
10
enough.
is more
That's
my
fair.
entertainment side than humor.
Yeah. Your 10 is more, God, please let Pokemon win. Please let Pokemon win. Please let Pokemon win.
Yeah.
That's where the damn 10s are coming from. All right. So now now is the time of the show where I do some math.
Oh boy.
Remember, Doug, we have 2 other people who are probably bigger Pokemon fans than I am.
Yeah, I know. They're probably not going to be happy with me either.
Now here's the real question: Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh?
Ooh.
I've never
Yu-Gi-Oh.
watched Yu-Gi-Oh, so I would probably say
Yu-Gi-Oh was
Pokemon.
very popular too.
And you would
in
only
Japan.
base that off the TV show because there isn't any real Yu-Gi-Oh games. I guess you could say like there are Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh games are still like just card dueling, so they kept that as their target.
Yeah.
It's just cards and dueling.
And Pokemon the video game is still popular today.
Yeah.
Especially Pokemon Go.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That is addicting. I had to stop playing it.
I couldn't get behind it because trust issues.
Yeah.
Why is there a base right in the middle of this trail? In the middle of nowhere. I'm not going there.
Plus 7.5 plus.
I
But,
find
like,
myself
you know,
wanting
like-
to ask my brother for my Nintendo Switch back so I can play Pokemon.
Right. Because they're just on every platform.
Yep.
Mainly, obviously, like Nintendo Switch and the DSs and stuff like that. That's like their main.
Go
It's
to.
like their platform.
Pokemon and Super Mario are their go-to on Nintendo.
Just like like you said, Mario Brothers was Nintendo.
Yep.
But then they branched off, started doing like Mario Party, Mario Kart, and all that stuff. And Pokemon, I wonder how Pokemon would do if they did like a Mario Kart Pokemon version.
I think it would do. It might actually do well, especially for the
Well, have you ever played Palia?
No.
Or no, I'm sorry, not Palia. What is it? Where is it? 1 second. It's not Paleo. Oh, what is it? Pal World? Pal World. That's what it's
No, I
called.
never played that.
So that one's basically a survival Pokemon game
Okay.
based off not Pokemons, but they look similar to Pokemon. And
Okay.
they've been sued many, many times because how
I bet they have.
close they look. But it's a fun game. I think it's still free on like Xbox Game Pass and stuff.
All right, so far, Super Mario Brothers Super Show has 133 points. Street Fighter has 112.5 points. So I still got to do the other two, but we'll see. It's going to come down to Pokemon and Mario, I think.
Yeah. I figured it was going to be between those two. Those are of the four. Those are the two most popular video games of the four. Oh, Sean, you did play the Pokemon game too?
Which one?
Any of the Pokemon? I mean, not the Go, but the
I played them. What was the one of the recent one, like Fire or something Fire? I think my wife has one of them.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
I tried playing the Pokemon Go one back when I lived up in like a campus.
Yeah.
Where I knew everywhere and no one was ever there. So I tried it there. I just couldn't get behind it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just
it's gotten better since. That's why I think it's a lot more popular.
Yeah. I don't have time.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Like I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh either. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't do any of that.
Oh, I used to collect the Pokemon cards.
I used to. I more collected Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but now I wish I was like, dang, I wish I would have held on to some of those Pokemon cards.
Me too.
See how much some of them were worth. That's why I have like a bin full of old wrestlers, little action figure ones. I was like, damn. Still pretty good condition too.
Yeah.
I always offer them to see if Doug wants them every time he comes up.
I was gonna say you should sell it to Doug.
Like, just stop over if you want one. See what you would want.
Every time you message me though, it's like we seem to always be in the car on the way back.
Right. I always miss you.
Yeah. So next time though. All right. So here are the final scores. Donkey Kong Country comes in at 110. Street Fighter comes in at 112.5. Super Mario Brothers Super Show comes in with 133, and Pokemon wins it with 138.
Okay.
So
I actually thought Street Fighter was going to be last and Donkey Kong was going to be third.
It was those fours that you two gave it that Sean gave it at the beginning.
Oh.
I cursed them. Set them up for failure.
Yeah. All right, so what this means is Pokemon moves on into the single elimination tournament. They automatically have a spot. They have 138 points. So right now, depending on how all the other matches or how all the other matchups go on in this first round, all the league matches, Pokemon right now is subject to the first round bye.
Ooh, yes.
like Ninja Turtles. So Ninja Turtles is right now getting a first round bye. So is Pokemon. Right now. Now that could change because we still have 7 other league matchups to do.
Yep. And you're next.
Huh?
I said you're next.
Yeah. But so they move on, and right now, like I said, the 4 wild cards that are to be, for the teams that didn't win, but because of their points, they'll move into the wild card spots. Obviously, Simpsons, because they had 148 points, they still hold a wild card spot.
Okay. Good.
But now, so do Mario, Street Fighter, and Donkey Kong Country.
Oh wow. Okay.
So Sonic Saturday AM got knocked out. So did Captain Planet. And Eric, it's going to break your heart, but Alf's gone now too.
I had a feeling all 4 could make it. I mean, as of right now, all 4 could be moved into the those spots.
Yeah, into the wild card spots. Now, again, that could change. It could change next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
So, and I'm going to reveal why in a second, because we got another big, league matchup of heavy hitters. And Sean, if you are able to do it, we're going to do it at 7:00 next Saturday night.
Yep.
Done.
So
Awesome.
I can do that probably.
All right, cool.
I'll let you know by Thursday.
All right, yeah. I mean, I'll probably text you by like Tuesday or Wednesday anyway, but
yeah. No, I don't normally have anything planned.
Yeah. So the league. So I'll just go ahead and I'll reveal it now. We're going to do the Traffic Light League, which is cartoons that have red, green, or yellow characters, and the participants in said league are. I don't know why I have to go back to my phone. I had this memorized earlier, but just for the reference. So, no, not the Simpsons. You used the Simpsons already.
No, I said Flintstones.
Yeah. So, in the Traffic Light League, we have SpongeBob SquarePants,
Okay.
the Flintstones,
Yep.
the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh,
Okay.
and X-Men the Animated Series.
Okay.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a big SpongeBob person, as you know, Doug. So.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him either, but I will watch. Obviously, I will watch some episodes so we can get.
Don't watch any of the new ones. Watch the originals.
Yeah.
Like the new ones are awful.
But so that is next week. That is next week, and that could definitely, change. Especially like if we have more people. Like if we get like another person or whatever, if we have people in the chat room that want to help us judge, to be on the show, because obviously having more than just Eric and I judge on the show helps. It helps like the points.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So Sean, we do appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. And you are obviously you're welcome back anytime.
Oh yeah. As of right now, as of right now, it's a yes.
Okay, cool.
And Eric, definitely let me know because I want to go off on the Sabres.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, so definitely let him know about the sport show. We'll definitely do. We'll definitely have Sean on more because, like I said, like it's easier. Because right now, like I said, like Super Mario, Street Fighter, and Donkey Kong Country do have the wild card spots right now, along with the Simpsons.
Also, if I'm not wrong, I still hold the title for one of your wrestling stuff.
Oh, for the Settle in the Ring, yeah.
Yeah.
Or for the wrestling thing and for one of the sitcom things, because the last sitcom thing
it was the show. Yeah,
we were supposed to do, but you ended up with the flu, and I had to take your place, and I got sodomized with a rusty fishing knife.
I think I had the CV-19.
yeah, that
It was
well,
bad.
See,
yeah, I know how bad it is. I've had it. Only had it once, but
I've had it twice.
I recently had it in October.
Yeah.
That was my first time.
But yeah, so next week it's SpongeBob, Flintstones, New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and X-Men the Animated Series. I have a feeling that right now the wild card spots are being held on to loosely by the shows that have. Well, maybe not the Simpsons, because I think the Simpsons could probably hold on for a while.
Yeah.
What was their score?
148.
148.
Yep.
Ninja
Pretty
Turtles beat them by a half a point.
Damn, Jesus. Now, aren't they ending The Simpsons?
Are they?
Is this like their last season?
Oh, wow.
It could have been clickbait that I saw. It was on Facebook, so anything's possible. But
Yeah.
I could have swore I saw something that they were doing like a goodbye season.
I
or
thought
something
seasons would
like
never
that.
end, and I thought that was one of the shows that would never end.
Right, because there's endless possibilities.
Yeah. But all right, yeah. So Pokemon moves on. Right now they have a bye into the second round of the single elimination tournament. Again, it could very well be wiped out next week because we have 4 cartoons that are going to battle next week that, you know, all 4 of them, like I said, could end up with wild card spots. So Street Fighter, and like I said last week with Alf, when Alf got in, they got a wild card spot. I'm like, it's not going to last.
No. And all these are on the streaming service, right?
YouTube
or
so all right. I'm glad you brought that up because that actually is something I should mention. You're going to find SpongeBob, I believe, on Paramount.
Okay. Yep.
He might be on a couple of other services too. He might even be on Hulu. I'm not sure.
I think he's on Hulu.
Okay.
Probably
think.
Amazon.
I know he's on Paramount too.
Probably Peacock.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if they're at Amazon Prime too.
So,
It's not on Disney. I know that.
yeah. Well, some of the Hulu, like because we have a Hulu and Disney account.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the Hulu stuff can be found on Disney.
Oh, okay.
So, because they're partnered up now, but you can find SpongeBob on Paramount and probably Hulu, like I said. But I know you can find them on Paramount, and I'm pretty sure Hulu as well. X-Men the Animated Series. Now, this is the original. This isn't the X-Men '97.
It is.
Okay.
Okay. What year is it?
92.
Okay.
So you're gonna find that on Disney Plus.
Okay.
New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh you're gonna find on Disney Plus, and the Flintstones should be on Max, and I believe they're also on Tubi.
Okay.
So
That's a good one because I already know the Flintstones.
yeah.
I mean, Flintstones. It's easy.
Yeah.
Flintstones is gonna be easy to judge, and for me personally, like, because I've had to do, because doing the cartoon show as long as I have, I've had to watch like a lot of these other shows too. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen SpongeBob, so I got to go back and watch that.
I just recently watched the 2004 movie, honestly, and it was awful.
I don't think I've ever watched a full episode of SpongeBob.
Yeah. So next week that's going to be an episode. That's going to be a battle that I think either one of the 4 shows can win.
So SpongeBob, I'll just say it now. SpongeBob fans are gonna hate me after next week.
Same.
Well, if you look at, especially, and I don't want to give too much away because we're not doing double time, and Eric, you actually have to get ready to go to your family dinner.
Yep.
The 4 shows, even just in that theme song category, because even X-Men, even though X-Men didn't have words, it was still a decent theme song for an action adventure cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's gonna
SpongeBob's theme song, even though SpongeBob's theme song is catchy, Flintstone's theme song is catchy.
Yep.
I think the same thing about Winnie the Pooh.
I think Winnie the Pooh might not be highly up there. I don't think. That's just my opinion. I don't think it's going to score very high.
Okay.
Well, it might not. It might not for you guys, but for me, I happen to have that hold that show in like high regard.
Right.
I might get this theme song ahead of SpongeBob because SpongeBob is annoying.
Yeah, SpongeBob's hot. Yeah.
So, but it could be depending again on how we categorize it, and if we get anybody else on the show or whatever.
Can we give negative points next week?
No, the lowest I'm going to let you go is I'll let you go as low as 0.
Okay.
So
That's fair.
not even so instead of it being from a scale of 1 to 10, I'll let you go from 0 to 10.
Okay.
Cool. Say Eric gives an 8. Can I give him a -1? So
no.
I go 0, but he loses a point anyway. Mainly for SpongeBob.
Yeah, it's going to be, we'll go on a scale from 0 to 10.
0 to 10. I like it.
So
I'll stick to it.
All right. So Sean,
thank you very much.
going to
give SpongeBob a bad score.
Yeah. So, all right.
The theme song's the only thing going for him.
Yeah. I actually happen to agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. So, Sean, again, thank you very much for being here, and we look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks,
no problem. Eric, it's always a pleasure. And we'll see everybody. Next week. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell for the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel. Also for our other channels. Sean, tell us where we can find you. I mean, as far as like social media goes, don't give out your address.
Yeah, I don't want that. Social media is just what I have listed on screen there. Elite Doc 1 at YouTube or Twitch TV, TikTok, and Instagram. And that's about it. I also have Elite Doc 1's gaming community on Facebook. Free to join. Share anything you want. I share your guys' stuff.
Yeah.
And then, just Eric hit me up on Facebook and we can set something up for that sports channel so I can destroy the Buffalo Sabres.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. Eric's just like, yes, I have somebody else to come on the show.
I mean, I'm not going to like destroy them, but there's some stuff about that team that needs to be fixed that apparently ownership can't see. So, and other league source stuff.
Yeah. And we can talk about football and other stuff too.
Talk about our Lord and Savior Josh Allen,
the man who should be MVP this year.
Oh my God! If I still have this thing, I have a Facebook video. I didn't make it. I found it of somebody doing something about Patrick Mahomes in the commentary, because I guess one of the commenters they love Patrick Mahomes, so people would just be roasting him.
Yeah.
I'm going to send it to you, Doug, because I actually
have you ever seen an athlete go from beloved to hated in like 2 years? Like Patrick Mahomes.
It's not even at this point. It's just funny. But there's one part in that video, Doug. He's doing an interview. She's like, "I'm down here with Kermit the Frog." And that's keeping it PG because there's obviously another word in there.
I'll watch it off air.
Yeah, but, send it to Eric because I don't think I'm friends with you, Eric, on Facebook. So
yeah, I'll friend you.
All right. There's 3 of me, so just do the one where it looks like I'm standing in a lake.
Okay.
That's the real me.
Yeah, Eric, just go on mine. Go on my Facebook, and then because obviously I am friends with Sean on Facebook, so just whatever.
I think you tagged him earlier in the post, so I'll find it there.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to find him.
Yeah.
But all right, boys, we're gonna get out of here, and I'll talk to you later.
We're gonna watch football tonight, even though the Ravens game is gonna be massive.
I'll
Yeah.
watch the Bengals and the Steelers because I'm more interested in that because I'm going to be praying that the Steelers win.
The talking about football, the Buffalo Bulls just won whatever bowl they were playing in down in Hawaii.
Wow, that's a team that doesn't ever get talked about.
No, they've produced how many NFL players so far?
Yeah. So, all right, boys, we'll talk to each other next week.
Have a good one,
Go
guys.
Bills.
Probably before that too, but
Later.
later, guys.
Yeah.
Later, everybody.